to another episode of Shooting the Breeze with Switch Finance, and we've got a very special guest with us today, Alistair McCosh from Resimac. Thanks for joining us, Alistair.
Thanks for having me, Ray.
Most good brokers have a very extensive panel of lenders that they have access to. So there's a lot of lenders that you haven't heard of or don't know who they are or what their niches are. So we thought we'll introduce Resimac to our audience. So Alistair, for those in the audience wanting to know a bit about Resimac, if you can give us a bit of background, you know, how long has Resimac been around, who they are. I know they're listed on the Australian Stock Exchange. I found out that this morning when I watched Adam Gilchrist's video. Yes. And maybe just touch on, they won the 2020 Australian Mortgage Awards as Best Non-Bank Lender. Yes. So that's fantastic. If you give us a rundown on that, that'd be great, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Ray. Yeah, right. We won the 2020 Australian Mortgage Awards Non-Bank Lender of the Year award last week. So it's something we're really proud of at Resimac. Resimac as a lender has been around since 1985, so 35 years now, and wow. We're predominantly a residential lender, so we don't do any commercial or anything like that, but predominantly residential lending. As you mentioned, ASX listed, and we're a securitized lender, so we securitise our loan book, and that's how we provide funding and continue as a lender.
Now, I know Resimac is a non-bank. And can you maybe tell us what that actually means? And I often find with clients that are not too familiar with the financial markets in Australia, they have a concern with dealing with a non-bank rather than more the traditional sort of bankers. And should there be a concern with lenders in dealing with a non-bank such as yourselves?
No, I don't believe there should be any concerns there, Egard. The fact that we're a non-bank, so it simply means we don't hold a banking licence. So we're not a deposit-taking institution like a NAB or a Commonwealth Bank is. So we can't accept funds from clients to fund our loans. So we source our funding from different ways. From a borrower's perspective, I don't believe there's anything for them to be concerned about. We're lending the money to them, and we've been around now for 35 years. So I think we've proven that we've got a good track record in the market and that we're a very solid company.
But you're still regulated by ASIC, I presume?
Absolutely, yeah. We're still governed by ASIC and APRA, and we still have all our responsible lending obligations that we abide to, and we take great pride in that as well, and a very, very strong compliance structure within Resimac as well.
So the only difference is you don't take deposits.
Correct.
Compared to the other
Exactly,
banks.
exactly.
Just on that, I mean, people worry who they're borrowing money from. Why would you worry about who you're borrowing money from? They should be worried about you. You worry about where you put your money, but as far as borrowing money, what's the worst that could happen?
Correct. But as I said, you know, Resimac has been around now for 35 years. So, and you think of all the things that have happened in that time with recessions and global financial crisis, COVID-19. So we've been through our fair share of challenges. And we've come out the other side. In fact, you know, through most of those, we've actually we've grown and boomed through those as well.
And personally, I use Resimac extensively and find them very good to deal with. The clients are happy. The rates are very competitive, which we'll touch on later anyway. But yeah, no, good answer.
Great, thank you, Ray.
So Alistair, what does Resimac specialise in, being a non-bank? Is there any special niches that Resimac has?
Yeah, good question, Bobby. As a non-bank lender, we've got a broad number of niches in our product suite. We play both in the prime space, so for clients who've got clean credit history and things like that, we've got very, very competitive rates there. We also go all the way through to clients, to specialist lending for clients who have maybe had some defaults or some adverse history on their credit file, or short-term self-employed applicants as well. So we play in both those spaces. And our rates and our offering in both of them is very, very competitive. Again, we also play in the full doc, so for clients who've got all their financials and tax returns and everything up to date, our products cater for that, but we also cater for the clients who may not have their financials completed. So we have some alt doc options there as well, and we find that...
Just for our listeners, that's for self-employed, it's not wage earners.
Correct, for
Yeah,
self-employed applicants. So for self-employed applicants who haven't completed their tax returns or their financials, or maybe their business is on a growth phase and the financials they've prepared don't reflect what they're actually earning, AltDoc products are a really great solution for that. And it's something we see a lot of on the Gold Coast, a lot of self-employed applicants on the Gold Coast. So we see that quite extensively down here.
So when you have AltDocs, what sort of documentation is required, sort of as a general rule of thumb for an AltDoc?
So one of our key strengths with our AltDoc products is we only require one form of income verification. So depending on the product, but for our Prime AltDoc product, for example, we can either have an accountant's verification letter, 6 months BAS, or 3 months business bank statements. So we only need one of those three things. So that makes it really simple for the client, gives us the information we need to adequately verify their income, and allows them to purchase properties or refinance and move on with their lives, whatever they're trying to do at the time.
And the beauty of that is it's giving the most up-to-date income information for the customer.
Correct.
Because traditionally people don't lodge their tax returns till nearly a year after the fact. By providing their up-to-date bank statements or their BAS statements, you're using the most recent data. So yeah, if they've had a growth phase, that's reflected there.
Exactly. We have a product that goes to an 80% LVR, but we also have one that goes to 90% LVR. So
An AltDoc.
An AltDoc.
Okay.
So that's a real strength for us. So meaning clients really only have to have a 10% deposit in order to get into the market. So lots of solutions there, and that's the key with all our AltDoc and our specialist products in particular.
So Alistair, I actually know the answer to this question, but I'll let you let the audience know. Why would someone choose Resimac over a traditional bank?
The main reasons for that, our product suite is quite extensive. So as I mentioned, we play in that prime and specialist space. So whilst our prime products are very similar to banks, those specialist products are very specialised to Resimac. So a lot of the major lenders or banks don't offer those types of solutions or those AltDoc solutions. I think the other thing that also sets us apart is our service proposition is top notch. Like we're currently at 3 business days for a file pickup, which I think you'll
That's
agree is
fantastic,
excellent in today's market.
Just so you know, guys out there, some of the major banks are taking in excess of 4 weeks to pick up an application. So it just sits there for 4 weeks, they finally pick it up, and then the supporting documents are out of date. But yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's exactly right. So that's a really strong part of our service proposition. That's also balanced out with the fact we've got assessors, our assessment teams in Sydney. So they are very commercial in the way they look at our deals. They're assessed on a case-by-case basis. So even for those deals that don't quite tick all the boxes, might be a little bit outside the square, which looks, to be honest, that's probably most deals today, as you guys probably know. They will work with you and work it through to find a solution, if we can, for that application. And that allows us to have a high conversion rate for our applications as well.
So do the credit assessors have a bit of scope to, dare I say, have a logical approach and a common sense approach to lending?
They do. Obviously, we have a policy that we have to follow and our compliance requirements, but where it makes sense and where there's a good business case for it, we do have avenues where we can speak to the underwriter, or we can escalate it higher up the chain and actually put a case forward to have the application considered. And so yeah, I think that case by case assessment is a really strong part of our offering.
Absolutely.
So Alistair, if someone has to see this presentation and they feel that their application might suit the Resimac suite of products, how do they go about applying for a loan with Resimac?
So for clients who want to apply for a loan with Resimac, their first call is to call their brokers. So to give yourself or Bobby or Ray a call and have a conversation about what they're looking for and what they're looking, in terms of what they're trying to do. And then you guys would identify whether Resimac is a good option for them and discuss the product and our offerings with them, our rates and fee structures, services, as I mentioned before. If they need a quick turnaround, obviously Resimac's a really good offering for them. So I guess the first port of call for your clients is for them to give you guys a call and talk to your broker.
So Alistair, you mentioned a bit about Resimac's product suite and things like that. So what's on the horizon from Resimac? What can we see in the near future?
The big thing for Resimac is our continued focus on the broker channel, Bobby. We're really focused on that and making the broker experience even better than what it is today. And I guess a lot of that's technology based, so there's a lot of investment and a lot of project work going on at the moment in terms of upgrading our technology offering, both for our loan origination process, but also for our clients' experience as well, so that from a client and a broker experience, you'll find it much better than what it currently is today. I do know that our base system's currently going through a major overhaul, and we're expecting something later next year in terms of that. So, as I said, a lot of investment in the technology space to enhance that offering.
And recently I've noticed there's been a good decline in your variable interest rates. Just give us an idea of what they are, I suppose, because they change according to the loan to value ratio. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes, they do. So
what are the levels? Is it 70 or is it 80% where the rates change?
So we've just come out, as you mentioned last week, with some very, very competitive rates. So Resimac's gone to the market with some really great rates. So at 70% LVR for an owner-occupied home loan, P&I, you're starting at 2.29%, and at 80%, 2.39%. So they are excellent rates and really competitive in today's market. And both of those come with 100% offset accounts as well, which is most clients and would know that most clients want that attached to their home loan today.
So thanks again, everyone, for joining us on Shooting the Breeze, and thank you so much for your time, Alistair. We really appreciate it, and keep up the good work at Resimac.
Thank you.
Just remember, guys, any questions at all, give us a call or send us an email and we'll look after you. Obviously, disclaimer, this is not personal financial advice, just general in nature. If you want anything detailed, feel free to contact our office and we can give you a personalised assessment.